Okay. Ain't got no beverage.
5, 4, 3,
Let's see how she
2,
started.
1.
I know you see somehow the world will change for me and be so. Wow, you don't know that song?
We're not children. That's iCarly.
That's nostalgia. That's nostalgia.
You know what nostalgia is for us?
What?
Good time. You know, y'all can say Three's Company, Full House.
So you
rare
telling me?
condition. This
So-
day and age, that's a nostalgia.
Wait,
for
hold
me.
on. So you telling me if I bust out, ooh, I know you see me standing here.
First off, this
You
ain't
ain't
no
gonna feel
singing podcast.
No, we don't know that.
That's
I know what it is, but I don't
that's
know the song. That's not nostalgia for us. I told you it's nostalgia for us. Golden Girl, thank you for beating all that. I'm not a singer.
Dwight, you was not that old.
I was.
What is it? What Kev is?
I was raised in the 90s, in the 80s.
Here it goes.
King the Kel.
That ain't nostalgia for you?
It is,
It's
but
not nostalgia.
that's a classic.
That's for him, it is.
Cousin Skeeter, all that. But this is how you gonna start this podcast off, my good man?
No, man, I was just, I
did a whole countdown. And this is what we doing.
I'm sorry. Keep it though, because is this okay?
The fuck?
What? Don't do that. Look, check this out. I got a question for you, Kev. You ready for my question? Stop looking at that. That's not even part of the show.
No, I'm just saying, come on. We
Oh, I
waiting
saw
on
it.
Anyway, yo, what's good? Welcome to the Day Talk Coach Show. I'm your guy, your host, Day Wills, along with my co-host, Kevin Slater, and big ups to the production crew, MBM. All right, so check this out. What if the human race that you know of had extra terrestrial people that look like us, but really is something else? Go ahead. What was you about to say? Say it. You about to say something smart.
No, I was just gonna say, you didn't know Mark Zuckerberg that on Facebook is an alligator?
I'm finna. Okay. Cut the camera off.
I mean, like old girl that played in Little Mermaid. That's got to be an alien. If you got one eye here and one eye way over here, that's an alien.
Meanwhile,
That's every
on the
alien
show.
I've ever seen.
They walk among us.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what Secret Invasion is about. It's about a top secret organization who is now being, I don't want to even say is corrupted, because they just changing their minds. That's like for the longest, okay, y'all get what I'm saying? Do I need to elaborate a little bit more? All right, check this
I
out.
wish you would.
All right. So let's say we all work at Lowe's. We deal with outside shit, inside shit. And one day, somebody wants to form a union and go against the company. That's what this is about. If you know what I'm talking about, Secret Invasion on Disney Plus, starring Samuel Jackson, then you know what I'm talking about. Kevin knows what I'm talking about, but he's gonna sit next to me.
Because what you saying is not.
It is. It is. How is it not?
To me, it was they because if you missed the one scene, their goal is to take over the Earth, not rebel against it. They want to take over it. They want the Skrulls to be the main race.
But see, it does, because I know in that scene they say that, but the beginning they came there for safety because of their planet being taken over. Yeah, destroyed. So they was just trying to find a home. Now this motherfucker is talking about, well, man, I mean, we done been in this business for like, let's take over this shit, man. I mean,
Apparently, you ain't seen part 2.
Part 2 just is out now.
It's out.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Look, I've been asleep all day.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I even watched some of the theories of how they might end it. Or
Here's the thing: you looking at. They brought a certain amount over for refuge. Come to find out that there was thousands that are now walking the earth in this show that Samuel L. Jackson didn't know about. And he's like, he even told old boy, there's not room enough on the face of this earth for 2 different species.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've been fucking.
They brought that many.
Oh, so they ain't. Well, no wonder they mad.
they even try to say, like, one of the theories is the main one that started the whole mutiny on the human race might be the new Nick Fury Jr. Because in the comics, Nick Fury Jr. had the same name as him. So they might go with that. I hope they don't, because, MCU is all different.
Yeah.
But who knows, they might go with it.
I mean, they have to follow the comic to a point.
Yeah.
But you got to look at most of the comics are 30, 40, 50 years old.
And they try to say they might end up, some of them might keep their human form, like they might have something to make them keep their human form for good where they can't turn Skrull. Like they might have something for that. There's stuff like that going on. That's stuff that happened in the comic books. So that's why I said I study comic books, but Secret Invasion is okay. I'm not gonna say it's one of the top series that they got. To me, I like the Moon Knight better, the first episode of Moon Knight. But Secret Invasion is I give it a good review for a good watching, if you can keep up.
Okay.
My only thing is, in my opinion, you better off waiting for it all to come out.
And then watch it all. Because
you be sitting there like, oh man, it's starting to get good.
And then they go off.
Then all of a sudden you be like, I gotta wait a week for some more.
So I shouldn't even watch part 2.
No, you should.
No, watch it. Because if you gonna talk about it,
watch it.
How you gonna have a conversation? You ain't watched it.
Well, see, I ain't know part 2 came out. I was just talking about
it's a weekly.
And it was last week. The first episode came out.
Yeah, that's why. Anyway, so that's like us. Like okay. So only reason why I brought it up is because ain't that kind of like the same thing that's going on now?
With what?
It's kind of like the Secret Invasion a little bit. Like you got motherfuckers
talking about this little stuff going on with celebrities and crap.
No, I'm talking about us. Like
the black race?
Yeah. Like motherfuckers been here for a long time and all of a sudden
we ain't trying to take over. We just want to fit in.
Are y'all trying to fit in?
I'm just staying in my own lane.
No, we ain't trying to fit in. We're trying to get an equal share of whatever there is to get.
How you gonna get an equal share? Explain that to me. How you gonna get an equal share if you not trying to work as a unit?
We are.
We are.
We been.
We are.
We been trying to. We got to the point where we even just said, you know what? We can do our own thing. They got mad at that. Took over our towns. We ain't trying to work with them. Don't forget, Frederick Douglass was working with the president during the Civil War. We been trying to work with some of these folks. I mean, well, dang, I got me talking like Nick Cannon. We been trying to work with everybody else. I'm finna get. But we been trying to work with them. At Martin Luther King, he was trying to work with them. We had some leaders that been trying to work with them. Trying to push ideas. Ice Cube, they got mad at him for going to Trump, but Trump was the president at the time. He tried to make a black law to help us out. They got mad at it.
That's my thing about that situation. He ain't just go to Trump. He went to Biden too.
He went to everybody.
But the reason why The reason why everybody was in such an uproar because of who Trump is.
Okay.
So they overlooked the fact that he went to Biden's people also. Ice Cube sat there and said, I'm going to see who's the best fit for what I'm trying to get across. But all everybody heard, every black person heard was Ice Cube talk to Donald Trump. Now, here's the thing. We talking about black people versus the average smart person did not think Donald Trump was where that ain't it.
Yeah.
So black people took it upon themselves to say anybody that went with Donald Trump was wrong. Cuckoo West, he was wrong. Ice Cube, he was wrong. But what they don't look at is the avenue. Because Donald Trump wasn't nothing but a puppet. He was just a loud puppet. Okay? If you look at the fact that, look what the Democrats have come up with over the last 20 years. They've come up with nothing. Okay? To improve. I'm not talking about Barack Obama. Barack Obama did an excellent job in office. But Democrats as a whole have no plan. We forget about what Republicans have actually done. We forget the fact that the Republican Party used to be the Democratic Party. We forget all that. We forget that Ronald Reagan used to be a Democrat, but figured out he couldn't win as a Democrat. So let's do this. I'm going to run as a Republican. In my opinion, Ronald Reagan did a lot for the black community. Even though he started a drug war. You know, that kind of
messed up his legacy.
Messed up a whole bunch of stuff. Because it was during that time frame that crack was introduced in the black population. And once crack was introduced in the black population, then...
So am I not supposed to say some of that is our fault? I'm not talking about the Reagan part. But as far as us as a culture that's supposed to be backing up our black people, our black leaders that have, well, I ain't gonna say leader, but black people who has a good influence on the culture, should we back them up when they try to come up with something that can help us out in the long run? Because it's starting to seem like every time when a black influencer or hell, a black leader come up with something positive for us, somebody black fucks it up.
Try to knock it down.
And for what reason?
Well, yeah,
because they ain't think about it.
They ain't think about it, and plus the media does it. Like what's that woman on ESPN? I forgot her name. But like what she'll do, like the NBA draft, I don't know if anybody pay attention. The guy that got drafted in Alabama, like second round pick or whatever, they congratulated him second round after the tall dude that I can't pronounce. She gonna bring up his past. So that like stuff like that. So like if I come up in here and say, hey, we need to do this, and we gotta get together, we gotta start a reunion, they were like, bro, did you used to kill people for a living? They'll try to bring up your dirt to tear down the reasons like
what
that.
You want to do.
And the media does that strongly. They'll go down hard. They be like, a former homicidal and domestic violence attacker decided.
They did that to. I didn't mean cut you off.
No,
they did that to. They even do that motherfuckers that pass away. Like when you show me that shit about who was it, Joe Brown?
Yeah.
And he
no, Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
I was saying Joe Brown.
I was like,
you know what I mean.
The judge. I was like, yeah, I know Jim Brown. Yeah.
Jim Brown, they were talking about how he used to
all this crime and stuff. Yeah, ESPN had a whole article and it was talking about his life and legacy, and then the very last paragraph before you get done reading about him, that you gotta be saying Jim Brown been arrested several times, domestic abuse, this and that. I was like,
goddamn.
The media is always gone.
And he was an activist, so don't forget about that part.
But see, but I don't think that was all black people. But here's a perfect example. The Kobe, right after Kobe passed away, and they was talking to who was the female? They were talking to R. Kelly, and he
Gail
out.
Kim, that was Gail Kim.
Gail Kim. She started asking Kobe's wife.
She was asking Lisa Leslie. She didn't ask
that wasn't his wife.
No, Lisa Leslie. His wife named Vanessa. She didn't talk to his wife. Nobody talked to his wife.
Nobody talked to his wife.
The wife never did an interview. The wife still ain't did an interview to this day. That was Lisa Leslie. I remember the interview because Snoop Dogg went off on Gail Kim.
Yeah. But anyway, bringing up like the
Colorado situation.
Yeah. That shit happened a long ass time ago.
Like I said, the media twist the narrative depending on your popularity, depending on your goals. So if they can derail, if they know anything about you, which the worst thing to ever come about was these cell phones and the internet. Because before you open your mouth and get 3 words out, I can say, Devin, okay, let's see what he does. Man, you ain't about nothing. And that's the first thing they do. And the media is going to sit there and bring out everything you did. Look how they tore down Tiger Woods. Look how they tried to tear down Michael Jordan. Look how all these, look how they did Bill Cosby. I'm not saying he was right for doing what he did. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't the first and he ain't the last.
And they waited all these
to do
years.
what he did. 30, 40 years later, when he tries to get more power, as you put it, then you want to get all these old women to sit there and say, when I was in my prime, Bill Cosby drugged me and had this with me.
The man went to jail before Henry Weinstein, who was doing that shit recently.
Right. Mm-hmm. Before a pedophile. Bill Cosby, an 80-year-old man who was an icon, Fat Albert. I grew up listening to this man's records. He didn't cuss. He was wholesome, as they put it. Before the Cosby Show. And then they want to interview people like Lisa Bonet. Nobody else had anything negative to say about Bill Cosby during that show except for Raven Simone and Lisa. And those are the only 2 that grew up and, as people put it, went array. They didn't act like they acted when they were on the Cosby Show. These are grown women. They can do whatever they want. But the media twisted what they had to say about Bill, put an 80-year-old man in jail, but a pedophile was still sitting in free.
Just like old boy from the show House of Cards. They found, what's his name? The actor that was on House of Cards. He ain't doing movies no more, but he ain't never went to jail. And he was touching
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, he was touching boys. He was messing with them little boys.
Ain't that the dude that Kevin I'm still saying Kevin. Terry Crews.
No, that wasn't Terry.
No,
that was a producer that no name person that was big in Hollywood.
Okay.
That's a behind the scene person.
I know, like at the same time that story was going on, he was talking about what happened to him. I was like, why the fuck would you?
That was when that movement.
Yeah, that Me Too movement.
Me Too movement.
But like we said, when you was talking about Ice Cube, you say he went with Biden, but guess what? That was the first thing the media say. Ice Cube met with Trump. The media didn't put out the Joe Biden part. Yeah. The media's like to twist things. You got other folks, like Twitter folks, who like to throw out the negativity
But
and
see,
stuff like that.
well, see, in my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, cut me off.
But somewhere around that, that's still kind of like the white media to me. The black media,
We turn.
Oh,
they just go along with.
You
want
want to get deep.
You want to get real deep.
Go ahead.
Because here we go.
Go ahead.
Black people have a tendency, the first thing they see, they believe.
Yeah.
Or they believe a lot more than believe the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
The lie sounds
Because
more
it's
better.
easier for them to believe instead of doing research.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They'll sit there and grab hold of what's popular.
Mm.
What do they do all the time? They grab hold. People sagging. Okay? Got popular because of jail, but because they saw it in a movie. Ooh, this is what I'm gonna do. Ooh. We have a bad habit of grabbing on to the wrong thing. And we will hold tight even after you prove us wrong. There are people that talk about you because of something you did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It ain't no white people talking about you.
It's
The people
black
that really
system.
know you. The
Yeah.
people that-
Yeah.
The people that really know you.
Don't make that personal.
I'm just.
I'm talking about him. He's making it personal. You ain't. He is.
I'm just saying. We hold on. You know
Fuck
why?
you, dude.
You know why we can't get ahead? Because dig a ditch 20 feet deep and put 300 black people in there. 2 of them will get out. You know why? Because the other 298 too busy pulling people down instead of helping them get up.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get out before the rest.
Right. If it ain't happening to me, I ain't letting it happen to you. What the hell? What?
Think about
We go from trying to chase after something to I'm gonna take the drug game. I hate to do this, but
That's good. Yeah.
you know why most people can't succeed? They have all this knowledge on how to do this and do that. But when they get to a certain level, they get pulled down by a snitch over there that all he can do is sell
Hey.
dime bags.
Yeah. Hey.
Now, let's do this way. Females. Put 10 Chinese women in the same room. They'll build a restaurant in that room. In 2 months, they'll have 10 restaurants. Put 10 black women in one room. 9 of them jokers gonna be dead in a week. Because they can't get along. Because they're too busy being emotional and petty.
Yeah.
Now you can take 30 black men and put them in the same house, and they'll be cool, but their house will be destroyed.
Yeah. Because
unless weed's involved. I hate to say that. Weed's involved. We all just chilling. But that's the bad thing. It's got to involve drugs. It's supposed to be cool about it.
So if we would, and it's tragic to say it this way, because we always say, well, if we just come together and be as one, why don't you support your black community? You know why we don't support our black community? Because you got a chicken wing place here and a chicken wing place here. That chicken wing place is owned by a black. That chicken wing place is owned by a white or Oriental or whatever. They're going to try to get everything they can get.
mm-hmm.
They're going to just try to serve and come up. So while their wings is $5, for the same wings, their wings is $20. Now, where do you get that from? Is that because I never had that mentality? I gotta get it quick because I never had it.
And then you gotta worry about the ones
that want the handout.
that want the handouts. Like
hey man, we brothers, man.
Like
hook a brother up.
Like I give you an example. I made a whole t-shirt company. Look, selling t-shirt. My cousin gonna say, "Hey man, you should let me wear it. If I wear it, they gonna ask where it came from, and I could point it to you. Why you just buy it and do it for me?"
Yeah, buy the shirt and go out there and say, "Where you got it from?"
Sell my shirts from $10. You can't buy a $10 shirt,
right?
With the designs that I made myself, did the work and everything, but y'all want the handout.
Knowing everybody else prices is like,
but you going to these name brand high place stores buying last names that don't even belong to us.
And that's cheap.
Man, I looked at a female. She brought a t-shirt. It was a white t-shirt with gems around the collar. $300. I was like, heck, I could have bedazzled.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you try to go over on your people, that's a different story. But then you want to shit on the people who actually trying to look out for you.
Huh.
Then like if you notice, what's the main show that people always talk about in our neighborhood and our culture? Love and hip hop. Gossiping and narrative ass bull crap.
Yeah. The whole Zeus network.
The Zeus network is nothing but trash. I'm sick of going to Instagram hearing about Orlando Brown and Raz B and all these Kurt Franklin sons on there.
Man, they doing Raz B wrong. He ain't even supposed to be
you
seen
watched
like that.
But
I see the clips on Facebook.
I mean, he kind of, that whole Christos story, that kind of led on to that. And then he went online himself and started spurring out too much information. People can't keep quiet. And then you got the certain music that they force into the women and then onto us. Like the new music they forcing on us is, we're stoners, we're murderers. Like the drill music and the drug and hidden music. Back then it was we selling. Now we're taking it. The women, we had MC Light, Queen Latifah, who you calling a bitch, women empowerment music. And now you got, I'm going to scam this man out of his pockets, and then I'm going to go, but they're all behind the scenes, they married or whatever, but they promoting sexualizing.
Bust the windows out of his car.
But man, that shit pissed me off.
Why you gotta mess with my stuff?
No, the Melody Fiona song.
Break your stuff.
No, what got me worse was the Melody Fiona song when she said, when it kills me, sometimes how much I love you, sometimes I want to ooh. I was like, what the fuck is ooh? What you trying to do to me? You don't remember the song? No. I'm not singing this shit. She said, and it kills me to let you know how much I really love you.
Oh,
sometimes I want to ooh. Exactly. What is ooh?
I don't know.
I'm in the car like this, and my girl was singing, and I'm listening to the lyrics of the song when she's singing, I should have came back. I was like, this bitch. And then the hook came on, and my girl sitting there. I'm like, what's ooh? Baby, what's ooh? I'm about to pull over and say, what's ooh? You gonna kill me? That's how much you love me or some shit? That's how shit we say, hey man, we should go do our thing. We gonna man, you know what I'm saying? But when I heard that, I was like,
I feel like a lot of music now, as far as entertainment, is female, is pro-female, and
yeah, because they the most shoppers.
Are so emotionally manipulated that they will sing and do anything for the bag. Like my show, like last time we was here and we was talking about Snooki with the good coochie. I probably said that wrong. But she got mad at dude for trying to kiss her on the panel, but yet you would video you eating your man's ass and tell him.
Well, that's her man. I know you're getting that though.
I'm outside with my rounds. I'm saying this wrong, but I'm
Are you talking about Pound Town?
Pound Town.
She's talking about her booty hole brown.
Her pussy pink, her booty hole brown.
I remember the interview. She said, I ain't know everybody booty hole ain't brown. I thought that was a real thing. I just noticed my booty hole was brown.
But you look like Young Thug. Sexy Red.
It's all about
marketing.
Who's buying what? what the mentality of people. Yeah, I'm gonna get off of black people.
Right.
The mentality of people nowadays is so jacked up.
And by now, there should have been a black label
Yeah.
that didn't need to do bad, satanic, demonic, pedophile shit to their artists to get shit out there.
But people just don't, just ignore it. Like, I say Top Dog. Well, they used to have Kendrick, but Kendrick's left. You got J-Rock, you got SZA. SZA don't do all that crazy mess. She might have a couple of songs, but that's it. Ab Soul, you got J-Rock, you got certain artists. Top Dog does that. Dr. Dre. He had a bad history, but he never pushed that stuff out.
Yeah.
You have different labels, but the media, there we go with the media, but the music that get pushed out is that music that's high demand. If you want to hear that type of music, you got to go search underground music, underground R&B.
That's the reason why they came up with the underground music scene and the mixtapes. Now, at one point, mixtapes was all about what they couldn't put on the radio.
Yeah, or just showing their rap skills
right.
Out the blue.
But the industry is pushing what is popular. And they see what is popular based off of TV. Well, all our people are watching is drama. And love and hip hop. You know, love and hip hop has had so many different, it should be 50 different states by now. Because that's drama.
That's how many seasons they got.
But like you know what they did though? So they won't keep calling love and hip hop. They got the Black Ink Crew. They got the others.
And they all follow the same bullcrap.
Mm-hmm.
How much drama can I produce between this person and this person? How many love connections can I get between these three? How much heartache can I put on this one person? How much bullcrap can I say this person called? It's you know what started it? The Real World. If you go all the way back, The Real World was the first show to just
not really
7 strangers
not
put
really.
them in what was before The Real World.
Not really. Literally The Real World. Remember in the 80s,
we're talking about,
it don't matter what you did to how the next door neighbor reacted to the drugs as long as it was getting sold and you getting profit off it.
This is what I'm referring to.
What got pushed to people's eyes.
Oh,
when it became to the forefront, when people saw 7 strangers from different parts of the country put in one, let's see how they get along. And what did they say? The Real World. That was brilliant because it was the Real World.
And then they turned from Real World to like the Jersey Shores and all that stuff.
Right, yeah,
and
Jersey Shores.
And then you had our people looking like, hey, it look like fun. We should do something for ourselves.
College Hill.
Then College Hill came out. Now they got a new College Hill where all that shenanigans with celebrities is going on.
Yeah. And they just keep regurgitating the same bull crap. And guess what we do?
Yeah, I ain't know that's what that started at. I thought it started with motherfuckers trying to find love. Like Flavor Flav now.
No, that was
Flavor Flav was way after.
Real World started out in the 90s.
Oh,
Real Worlds came out in the late 90s. That was like I think the first type of reality that had that type of I ain't gonna say reality show, but that was like the start of that type of stuff.
Real World
I was a baby
started in like
90s.
San Francisco or some crap.
I wouldn't know.
But and they saw how popular it was, so they just kept. I don't know what rapper said it. You had one rapper say, Why should I do 7 bars, 13 bars, 20 bars when I can say the same crap over and over again and these dummies buy it?
It's gonna sell, but it ain't gonna last though.
It does. It doesn't have to last. All it's got to do is get me a bunch of play, and I make my money.
Just like they
True.
said, they even asked Bow Wow, why ain't no album hit number 1 or made the top 10? They all doing the same stuff. It's all murder this, drug that. Hip hop just got whacked.
You even had one rapper, I don't know his name either. That joker said, I stopped rapping because my crap was garbage. You're a smart man to sit there and say your own stuff.
Think you talking about
garbage.
Walker. He was like, man, I can't rap.
He wasn't supposed to be one. He just decided to do it. Even 2 Chainz said only 3 people can make good music in hip hop right now. I can name another person, but everybody just ignore him. But he said only Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole, the only 3 rappers right now that can make good music. I would add Wale. I don't know why people just hating on that man. But he said out of hip hop wise, those are only 3. Right now,
That's
female.
still doing, yeah.
Right now, they like guys. I looked on their internet earlier. They're pushing more female rappers now, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are terrible.
A lot of them are
but then
just
female
Little Kim wannabes.
But Lil' Kim wannabes are Nicki Minaj clones, and then or now they want to say Cardi B clones. Like you got a lot of good female rappers like Rap City. She go crazy.
I can only put Nicki Minaj in that category for certain music that she put
because she
out.
was popular
Because
she did pop and rap.
Yeah.
But look how they dressed though. Lil' Kim didn't even wear colorful wigs. Now all of them wearing color wigs and dyeing their hair and stuff like that. Just like the newer music are more Lil Wayne type clone.
Yeah.
So with all the dreads and all that stuff, maybe I'm gonna cut mine.
Then we talk about the decline of like R&B.
Mm.
We talk about it all the time at work. Rihanna.
They still waiting on her album.
You can wait all day. The woman has figured out I don't have to sing.
And she can just sell y'all her clothes and
Rihanna write her songs, don't she?
Yeah.
Some of them. Like Neo wrote a couple of her songs, like the Unfaithful song. Neo make some money.
But it was the talent.
It was her talent and her appearance.
Her originality as far as her style went.
Yeah.
It's just like Alicia Keys. Look how long Alicia Keys stayed. Alicia Keys could still be throwing albums out.
Yeah.
Because of her talent, her vocals.
And then we how we do certain people, like we'll sit there and say, hey man, you too old to be doing all this, like rapping and shit like that. But then you got groups like Kiss and all them still in that community, still making new music, still going on tour. 80 years old, we're here to rock, and they still doing it.
But they're not doing that for like
you gotta think of it this way.
But they doing that. But we sitting there just killing everybody that came back in the day. You still making music for? Ain't you old? It's a young man's game.
I'll be honest with you.
Millennials that'll sit there.
No, not
say
that Gen
you
Z.
You old people.
Gen Z, not mine. All right, it stopped at 96. All right, I'm gonna say this again. Okay.
No matter what you are one of them that said,
like
too old to be doing this. They need to.
I wouldn't say that. Ice Cube, my favorite rapper. I wouldn't say
like that. Even the game said something about you 35, you rapping. He said Lil Uzi Vert said if you overpass 25 or something like that, you too old or some shit like that.
But
man raps about aliens.
But yet,
the man said
people like Eminem, Busta Rhymes, and Method Man could out rap every rapper out there today.
Yeah.
The only ones that come close to him is J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. And I'm talking lyricists. I ain't talking about the repeated bar genre. I'm talking lyricists. Ain't nobody touching Busta, Eminem, or Method Man. I'll even go back and throw in KRS-One.
I was finna say KRS. What? And Rakim. They
And
hate on
Rakim.
Rakim. They hate on that man lyrics.
But see, it's young people that I don't want to listen to their. They didn't rap about nothing.
Oh, I couldn't.
They doing the same thing they did do today. They rapped about what they saw, what they lived.
I'll be honest with you. The only rappers you're gonna hear get their recognition is the Tupacs and the Biggies of the world. You might hear Nas.
Why?
You might hear Jay-Z. You might hear Snoop Dogg. You might hear Ice Cube. But for some reason,
I'm gonna say Snoop Dogg is more
but
for his entertainment than music.
I gotta finish though. Hold on. The only reason why you would hear the Tupacs and the Biggies of the world is because of number one, they passing, and that's all they're gonna keep talking about. The reason why you see like it. First off, they working on another Bayou pick for Biggie. Don't we already have one?
Yeah, you got one.
It's talks.
You got one for Biggie, 50, and Tupac,
and NWA.
It's talks of them wanting to redo.
That's because you got
Tupac's
other people with
biopic.
more story.
Because Tupac biopic was all a lie. Even the family said it was a lie. But to me, if Tupac had too many documentaries for y'all to even worry about biopic.
That's what I'm saying.
Biggie, and to me, Tupac hit different because Tupac wasn't a lyricist. Everybody would tell you Tupac wasn't a lyricist. But his influential and the stuff that he talked about was hit home.
And the way he played the way he put everything together.
His influential is what really did it for him. Because
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna ask you this because I don't disagree, but did Death Row boost up Tupac's popularity?
Nope.
No, Tupac was.
Tupac. No, not Death Row. Did the beef between him and Biggie boost up Tupac's popularity?
No,
I think so.
He was in jail when that beef started.
I think so.
Nah,
I think so. Because
that's you because what you probably seen, but growing up as it, man, we was talking about
knowing where beef and because every time there was a artist or two artists that wanted to go and have a beef, it was to push up one or the other.
Like the Kanye West and 50 Cent
they
album
didn't
beef.
have to do that with Tupac and Biggie.
They was personal.
Biggie was a lyricist, but the only reason why I didn't name him with the Method Mans and the Busters is because he wasn't longevity. He wasn't there. It was what, three, 4
albums, and then that little Junior Mafia album.
And that was it. Because he passed too early. Tupac had
a catalog,
a total catalog, plus acting. He wanted to do it all, but people around him got jealous of what he was doing.
There's in the interview say he was gonna start rapping like close to his late 20s to pursue his acting career. They posted that,
and he could have did it.
And they did that after the Dear Mama. They showed that interview during the Dear Mama documentary.
I mean, because you look at it, an actor gets his money. A rapper, the producers and the writers and the people that own you get your money.
The only way you can make money is you go on stage.
That's the reason why a lot of people, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong. That's the reason why a lot of them that were able to do it made that transition.
Okay.
Will Smith, Ice Cube, Tupac,
LL Cool J, Method Man now.
Method Man. All these people realize, yeah, there's money in the music industry. And I love the music industry because that's where I got my start. But Will was getting $200 million for a movie,
Yeah.
and he ain't had to sell a ticket.
That was a Wild West movie at that.
You know, you ain't even got to sell a ticket. To get the money in the music industry, you got to sell albums. You got to get streams. You got to get views.
You ain't gotta pay for the promotion.
You see what I'm saying?
Even in movies, they give you money to go promote it. Like, all right, we're gonna.
Right.
That's what happened. Yeah, they pay you to. That's why
Aaliyah, Queen Latifah.
Tifa.
You know,
That's why the whole point they got mad at Monique, because like we pay you to go overseas, but I know she's like, I going through a personal problem, but we paid you to go overseas. That's why she got blackballed, because they paid her to go all this place to promote the movie Precious, and she had a personal issue that she had to deal with, and they kept forcing her because they pay you to go out there. Hip hop, you got to go do it yourself, or then they'll give you an advance, which is nothing but a loan.
TLC talked about that, how they got their money, but it had to be split 3 ways. But yet I made millions selling, but I only got thousands.
But then Snoop Dogg complaining now about the stream numbers. He said, "How we make 1 billion streams but don't have $1 billion?" He said something ain't right. We need to talk to whoever's in charge of streaming. If I sell 1 million, he said when I made back then, when you sell 1 million records, that's $10 a record. He said then we divide it up to the people, but the money, you see the money. He said now with the streams, you don't see that.
Who does Jay-Z own? Spotify?
Tidal.
That's why he came out with that stream. You know,
you get more money out of Tidal than anywhere.
I need to go ahead and put my title on. Oh, that's called Tidal. But anyway, let's get back.
It's you know, until this is bottom line, when it goes from both subjects, the black people supporting and the industry, because black people don't support each other in the industry either. Until we get away from the jealousy,
that ain't gonna happen. It's always gonna be here.
Why he got or why she got, why they get this promotion, why they popular here.
Oh, this is coming.
You know, until we get away from that crap, we're gonna run into the same thing over and over. It's just gonna keep getting regurgitated.
I told you that. What I say about that new government I was telling you about? That's what we need.
Either way, I don't care what you do with government. It's gonna somebody's gonna corrupt it because of the mentality of man. It's about the movement forward. That's the reason why we have all these different churches. I don't want to go to that church because they believe this, or they got this rule, or they believe in this, or they shout.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was on TikTok. All right, I'm sorry. Listen, all right. So just strolling, and I run across preacher. He talking about I never ever let Tyler Perry in my church because he a cross-dresser. Judging number one. See, now I can't even listen to you as a pastor because you put off your judgment, and you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
All right. And he goes on, and I found myself feeling like how you felt when you was talking to bruh at the job. The one that was talking about, I hate God's creation and stuff like that. Which you just kill them all.
That's the anger. I call him the angry churchgoer. he mad at everything.
He was like, I just felt like, bruh is really like angry with society, but it's like consuming him as in the flesh. So he's no longer the man of the cloth and passing the word to everybody to let everybody know, hey man, I'm here for you. Just talk to me. this is what the word say, this is what God say, and you go about it however you want to go about it. I'm just putting it out there for you. No judgment. Do what you got to do. But how I got it was, hey man, this is God's word right here. You better take it because your ass is gonna burn, and I don't want to be around your stank ass.
Here is the whole breakdown of church. What is the church supposed to be? The church is supposed to be a hospital to reach out, grab those that are lost, bring them, and present Christ to save your soul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you do it. That's your job. What we have buildings full of people who want to judge. So when that young lady walks in the front door with a short skirt on, she gets talked about by the time she gets to the second pew, and then she's getting forced out the side door because she looks inappropriate. Then we have that young man that is an alcoholic, on drugs, has a temper, comes in the front door. He gets talked about and ridiculed so bad before he gets to the third pew that he walks out the side door. We are not there to judge anybody that walks in those doors. We are there to present Christ. What you do with that presentation is up to you. You can be gay. You can be a drug addict. You can be a alcoholic. You can, whatever your issue is, it's only our job to present the person or the being who can help you. Now, we believe that when you walk in them doors, you ought to be clean. Well, if I'm clean before I walk in the doors, what's the purpose of me walking in the doors? That's the reason why God sat there and said, I need y'all to go out to the highways and byways to spread my word, because there are people that need our help. But if I walk in doors and you think automatically I'm supposed to be, well, you've excommunicated 90% of the population because you believe you are holier than thou and you have no sin. That's the reason why when Christ stood in front of that woman and they talked about her, Christ said, okay. And just started drawing in the sand. Then after a while, it was, well, he who have no sin cast the first stone. Go ahead. I'll wait. If you have no sin in your life, hit this woman with a stone. That's your law.
Hit him.
That's your law.
Hit him.
Hit her with a stone.
Not me, goddamn.
I'll wait. A couple minutes later, he look up at her and say, where everybody go? The woman at the well. Christ knew she, I know you done went through 5 husbands. Huh?
But I want to be your.
Hey, boy, I'll smack you back in your way. I'm gonna stop.
My man was sitting here. Hey, you gonna end it? You gonna say that for real?
Look, man.
Hey, man, just pay for it. If you that desperate, just pay for it. Pay for everything else.
But until
It's just a joke.
the church is just like human beings. Until we get past that judgment stage,
That's what makes the church a little bit more the black church. I'm gonna start with the black church. We already know go on the white church, but I ain't getting on that right now because But
white churches do it too.
They do it too. Well, I'm talking about us. I gotta get on my kids first before I go out there and get on somebody else's kids. I gotta get on to my kids. It starts at the church. Just like you say, it starts at home. It starts at the church.
You gotta take care of your home. Then you spread it out there.
Exactly. Now,
Your
you
home life ain't right. Your church life ain't gonna be right.
right.
Because if you securing yourself or how you is, you wouldn't even care what them folks say at church. But your mentality, like you said, he's an alcoholic and he want to get clean, but all he keep hearing in his ear, man, look at that alcoholic being there. Like they keep pushing it in his ear to the point where I guess I can never change because everybody gonna look at me the same way.
And then if
Now, I ain't even say that, but I just drove past that man.
But
he asked for a ride and everything.
But here's you're an alcoholic, a drug addict, and you smoke. Okay. People believe, well, you've been in church 3 years, you should be cured of all of that. God is just like everything else. He can't take all three away because he know you'll perish. He know you won't be able to handle that. So he slowly take away the smoking. He tell you, and he gets you to the point where I don't have to drink every day.
Yeah, you got.
I don't have to drink to get drunk.
You don't have to. You don't have to drink to get drunk.
And then he takes away that drug addiction, so you're not stealing your cousin's money to get that sniff or that rock. But we think because we live in a microwave era, everything ought to be instantaneous.
You gotta stop putting hot pockets in the microwave, dude. Put them in the oven sometimes. It tastes better.
I wish you would look at the camera. Instead of looking at me, goddamn. Because the first off, the alcohol part, you kept looking at me at point. I was like, I hope he's talking about this camera equipment rather than talking about me. And then you looking at me about the hot pocket.
Like
He didn't look like he was.
I was.
Looking at me, I'm sitting here like, yeah. I was because I'm with him about the alcoholic thing. I said I just stopped drinking.
Everything is not about you.
No. Oh, first of all, we already established your little personal. Every time we mention something, you feel personally attacked.
Because
I'm not a just.
I'm an average black man on a 9 to 5. Okay, I do what I'm supposed to do.
You don't work 9 to 5.
Right, man, you work 12 to 8. Shut your ass up.
It's 12 to 8.
Bro, oh my goodness.
That's 8 hours.
Yeah,
9 to 5 represents 8 hours. Okay.
No, 9 to 5 represents bankers' hours. Those people work those hours.
Do bankers work during the day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I get off before the sun goes down?
The sun is down.
The sun is up by the time I get off.
Well, then you know.
So I'm a banker. I'm just like a banker.
Hey, end this.
What?
Hey, what the hell?
All right.
I guess you a candlestick maker too.
At times.
Shut up.
This man had it.
But look, man, check this out. Day Talk Coach Show. I'm your guy, Dave Wills, along with my co-star Kevin Slater. Big ups to my producer out there. You know who I'm talking to. MBM. You know who you are. I said your name. Oh, there you are. I didn't know.
I've been talking this whole time. You gave me the introduction, said I was in here. Now all of a sudden, wherever you are. Big ups to you wherever you are.
Look,
Walk out the house.
look,
Yeah.
look. Well, it's over with now. Send it.
We need to use it.
Do, 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 do.